please. The Righteous Kitchen.
Today I roasted vegetables. Now I'm going to share with you how to make buffalo style roasted vegetables. Before we get started roasting our vegetables, we're going to need to clean them. I've sanitized and bleached the sink, and now I am going to fill it with water to cover the vegetables. And I am going to add about 3 tablespoons of fruit and vegetable cleaner. I think it's especially important to make sure that you're starting out with clean produce. All right, so you just want to get them in here, cover the vegetables with water. Then just splash them around like you're giving them a bath. You need to splash them around for about 20 to 30 seconds. Once that's done, I like to rinse them over a colander. Let your vegetables strain a few minutes and then you'll get started. I am working on a half-size baking tray, and I am going to line that real quick with parchment. Also, my oven is preheated to 425 degrees. I would typically work on a cutting board. I am limited to lifting things at the moment, so I won't be dragging the cutting board out. I am doing something which I really don't recommend. You can cut on a granite table or a granite counter. It's sanitary, it's fine. The only thing is, if you were to make a habit of that, you would dull your knife. So I'm not, recommending that. I'm not going to roast the whole head of cabbage today, just half of it, and I am going to quarter it and put that on the baking tray. I'm not roasting all of the vegetables today like I typically would, because I do have a few other recipes that I want to utilize these vegetables. Then I have 2 baby sweet potatoes. Now, I know this is going to go more into the realm of baking, but I do like my sweet potatoes. I like to be able to pull the peel off. So I just put a little bit of oil on them. And then I will go ahead and put the foil over these so that they cook a little bit faster. And like I said, I want to be able to pull the skin off of those. So I always do that when I'm roasting vegetables. And then the broccoli I kind of leave like this in larger pieces. So I'll put some broccoli down, some cauliflower in bigger hunks. When I cut the cauliflower, I do that from the bottom and then pull it apart. It's just a lot easier. Doesn't leave little cauliflower bits all over the place. So there's the cauliflower, and here's a yellow bell pepper. I'm going to go ahead and get the seeds out of here. And I'll just put that. And then we have mushrooms. Now, if I were to put these mushrooms on the tray, when you roast them, they have they shrivel up and get a little leathery texture. And I don't really like that. So, I'm going to steam these. So they're going to end up steaming in the foil, much like the sweet potatoes. So I'll put a little oil and some seasoning on these and wrap these up. So these will stay more of a spongy texture versus a leathery texture. All right, so I have all of my vegetables, and maybe I'll just cut this down a little bit more for the cabbage. Now it's important not to overcrowd your pan. You want everything to roast and not, you don't want everything steaming. We're controlling what we want steamed and what we want roasted. So, hit your vegetables with some oil. And then season them. And I'm using my Righteous Seasoning. All right, and this will go in the oven. I want to check it because it's at a high heat. We don't want to burn anything. So this is at 425. If things start to get burnt or anything, cut your heat down. Flip these vegetables over as they're cooking. Okay, these have been baking for about 25 minutes. And the cauliflower and the broccoli is starting to get a little bit brown. So I'm going to go ahead and turn those over. I don't want them to get really crispy. I just want them to get caramelized, but not too much. And give these a flip too. All right, we'll go ahead and get these back in the oven. Okay, these vegetables have been roasting in the oven for 1 hour. And you can see they've got a brown on them and they're fork tender. The cabbage is tender. And see how it's brown? Now I like this because it's not crispy. So you just have to keep an eye on it, and flip it over so it doesn't get too crispy on you. So you want these nice and tender where your fork goes right through them. Now here are the mushrooms. Now since I put them in the foil, they steamed instead of roasted. So they're still plump and juicy. That's what I wanted instead of them getting dried out and leathery. And then I let the potatoes steam also. You cook this till it's nice and tender. All right. So about an hour cooking time at 425. Drizzle it with some oil or olive oil. Season it halfway through the cooking time. Flip everything over. And these are hot, but I like to peel. You could just pull that peeling right off. There we go. Pepper on here. Okay, so to turn these roasted vegetables into buffalo style roasted vegetables, I've simplified this recipe, and it's appropriate because we're in a new year and it's January. We're looking for ways to eat healthier and cut out some of the fat. So your typical buffalo wing sauce would have a wing sauce and butter. This here, we're not adding any butter. We're just going to simply drizzle the sauce over our roasted vegetables. And then we're going to sprinkle blue cheese over the top. And I found a really good blue cheese that I like. It's sold at Sam's Club. It's crumbled Amish blue cheese. Now, typically you would make a sauce with mayonnaise and milk, but I am just going to put the crumbles right over the top of the blue cheese and the sauce. All right. Now, since there's no sauce, I'm going to put this under the broiler and let the cheese melt. Okay, that's all there was to it. Just put it under the broiler for a few minutes till all the cheese gets nice and melted. And then you have the buffalo sauce. So you have buffalo style roasted vegetables. They are absolutely delicious. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.